Alright guys, we're back and I'm going to show you the second way we finish 2-on-1 when he grabs my elbow. Again, we're here. The first one, remember, was a front headlock, front head pinch and a throw. Okay, this one is actually one of my favorite ones because it's super sneaky and people don't see it coming at all. And once you use the misdirection, it comes out of nowhere. Okay, and it's very, very effective. It's a headlock, head and arm. Okay, so we're here. We pull 2-on-1. We pull the Russian tie. He grabs my elbow. Now, how are we going to do head and arm here? Very simple, okay? All we're going to do is, I use this arm to pull his whole weight, his whole body behind me. And that's what I call is, I'm loading him up on top of me, okay? Right here, loading him up behind me, okay? All I'm going to do here, the transition is very simple. I let go of the wrist, and this arm grabs. Notice guys, I've shown this technique many times, okay? And a lot of guys get it wrong here. The right way to do it, this is the right way, right here, is you want to go underneath, wrap around his arm, and pinch everything tight. That's simple, okay? It's just the leverage, the way you do it, you keep his arm very tight and he's not going to go anywhere, okay? I see a lot of guys try to go underneath and pull this arm here. I see a lot of guys trying to grab right here, just simply grab it, which is not as effective as doing it the way I'm showing you right now, okay? All you want to do is go above, wrap it right here, and pull everything tight. Notice, the way I'm pulling everything tight is my elbow is sliding back on my ribs right here. You see that pulls his arm across my body. And when I have this right here wrapped around, it makes it very tight. He's not going to be able to go anywhere, okay? This is really important for this move to work. The second step that's very important, guys, is when I'm going, okay, so second, what I want to do is, the way I'm doing this throw is, all I do is step on my toes and I turn on my toes right here, okay? I turn and get my hips low. That's all I'm doing. It's kind of like sagging, okay? It's not going to be an actual throw. It's going to be kind of sagging down towards the mat. Again, we're here. Pull him behind me. Wrap around. Step. Turn my knee facing this way. And I start sagging down. Now, this is the third very important way. This is where a lot of guys make the mistake. And a lot of guys miss this detail, and that's why this move doesn't work for them. And here's what it is. I don't want you to be one of them, okay? When you go for the throw, it's not going to be a swing across, okay? It's not going to be coming here and swinging really fast. I call this a swing and miss, okay? We're not going to do that. Also, we're not going to come here and hug the head. It's not tight. It's not as tight as the one I'm going to show you, okay? We're not going to come here and just hug the head. This doesn't do anything, okay? What we're actually going to do is this. We're here. Pull him behind me, wrap around, pull everything tight, turn my knee, and now when I'm going, guys, all I'm going to do here is punching literally straight down. I'm not grabbing the head. I'm not grabbing it. I'm punching straight down. This makes it very tight, okay? I'm not squeezing here. I'm just pinching everything tight. What happens is, imagine this. If I'm here and I'm pulling him, there's a big gap right here. You guys see that? Okay, that's not as tight, okay? If I'm going here and I'm swinging across, again, there's a big gap right here. Okay? If I'm going straight down and punching, there's a little gap right here. This is where his neck is. Okay? It gets very tight and you're pinching right here. Okay? So you're kind of putting him to sleep a little bit. Again, we're here. I'm going to show you what it looks like kind of faster. Pull behind, grab over, and pinch straight down. Again, a little different angle. 2-on-1. He grabs my elbow, I pull him behind me, I grab the arm, punch straight down, right here. Now once we get here, guys, it's very important the way we finish, okay? If I wrap the head and push backwards, he can turn me this way, right? Okay, we don't want that. So what I do instead is, yes, I do wrap the head because I have to pull it up, okay? But I'm going to turn my chest into him a little bit, and if he's going to turn me that way and try to gut wrench or just take me over himself, all I do is I let go of the arm with this arm and I go and reach across really far and I post. And I come back. And I post and I come back. Right here. Go ahead. Post, push myself back. And again I post and I push myself back. Just this transition right here from a headlock finish is super important. You need to know that. Another one, guys, what you want to do is you want to pull everything up. Okay? If his head is down, he'll be able to bridge, right? He can put his head down and roll over and he can create a bridge. Okay, we don't want to do that. How we stop that is pulling his head up, right here. Notice when I pull his head up, he can't possibly bridge here, okay? And his shoulder blades get really flat on the mat. Another really painful finish here is if he tries to gut wrench me and hug me, perfect. What that does is, it leaves his elbow right here, okay? All I'm gonna do is go under that elbow, right here, and I squeeze everything tight. When I put my lock under his elbow, guys, it makes it very tight for him and he's not going anywhere. All I gotta do here is lift, and it gets very tight, right? Yeah, okay? So again, remember the 3 finishes here. Just squeezing the arm, make sure you're ready to catch yourself. Notice how I switch my feet, my legs, the scissor here. Okay? Number 2, lift the head. Number 3, lock and lift the head. Okay? Go ahead, lock some people. Alright guys, we're back with 2-on-1 finishes from the elbow, okay? I get to a 2-on-1, a Russian tie, a pinch tie, and he has my elbow. What do? Okay? The third finish here, and it's one of my favorites actually, is a lot of guys when they pull this, they try to stand you up a little bit, right? So for me, an easy way to transition here is all I do is I pull, and especially if guys, okay, so this again, this move, what we're looking for is we're monitoring and watching where this leg is, okay? We want to make sure that this leg is within reaching distance, okay? Why? Because I'm going to be stepping behind that leg and again putting him on a chair, okay? So here's what I mean by this. I pull, when he steps, all I want to do is with this arm, I let go and I hit him across the chest, okay? I hit him on the chest right here, and I actually like to do, you don't have to, but I like to, when I hit him, I like to, with this arm, I let go of his and I lock my own arm, okay? But here's the detail. Okay, I'm going to show you the move quick, and then I'm going to go back and break it down. Here's what it looks like. Okay. The reason I did the move is because I don't want to confuse you without you knowing where it's going, okay? So now that you know where we're going with it, I'm going to break it down. Once we're here, okay, he grabs my elbow. What I want to do, guys, here is I want to, like I said, monitor this leg because I'm going to be stepping behind this leg. The move works only if you trap that leg, okay? So what I do is I step close and I step behind him, and I'm bending my leg down because it's going to be like a chair again. I'm going to put everything down and I'm going to put him on a chair. Imagine this, I'm making him sit and then tipping him over again. This arm is going to let go of the wrist and hug him. I'm going to hug him right under his armpit. Okay, this arm is going to grab my own arm here. Notice where his arm is still. Here. Or I can allow it for it to go underhook and I can still do the same thing. It works either way, okay? Sometimes I even prefer to let him have an underhook. Okay, so I go underhook and then I go for it. Okay? So again, we're here. Another detail, guys, very important is make sure your head turns all the way around and it's always looking in the direction of the throw. Okay, so if we're here, I turn around and I look down. Okay, I look right behind him. Again, we're here. Stand up, step. Go here, lock everything down. I'm stepping behind him and I'm going to pinch everything tight and I'm going to look behind him and I'm going to go towards his back right here. Right when you're throwing him, right when you're about to fall, you have to kind of use your hips to throw him a little bit and make sure the throw is 4 points and it's not just sinking him down for 2. Although I believe every time it's going to be 4 points in freestyle. Again, we're here, we peel. We grab 2-on-1, he grabs my elbow, I pull him, make sure he steps here, take a big step behind him, and I lock tight right here, okay? I lock tight, I look behind, and I throw. And this is what it looks like fast. Peel, comes here, boom. Throw him on his back for 4 points. Alright guys, we're back with 2-on-1 Russian tie when he has my elbow, okay? He has my elbow and he's pulling me in tight, right? All I'm going to do here is, stand up a little bit, okay good, just so they can see. Okay, all I'm going to do here is push this arm into his chest. It's almost like I'm punching him in the chest with his own arm, okay? As I do that, this arm is going to lock my own wrist right here, you see that? So, push it in his chest, lock, and I'm going to look into his chest right here, okay? This move is going to be kind of like a rolling, rolling him on top of me, spinning move, okay? I don't know exactly how to explain it, but here it is. I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. We're here, I push it into him, I grab my wrist, I step in front, and I look in the direction of the throw, which he's going to be going over me on that side, okay? Again, we're here, push. When he pushes back a little bit, I release the pressure, step, lock it up, and I go. Now on the way down, make sure that this arm, I don't want to just let him go because he can go right here. It's still a throw, but I can pin him here, okay? So when I throw, I pull this arm back and I go on top right here and finish like a headlock or hip toss kind of thing. Again, one more time, different angle. We're here, PO 2-on-1, grabs my elbow, I feed everything in, I give him a little push. When he pushes back, all I do is step, step, and I look in the direction of the throw right here. Got it? Make sure, a few important things again. We're here, once I peel the arm, okay, we're pulling everything tight. I want to make him do all the work. When he grabs my elbow and pulls in, okay, tries to be tough here. If he stands up, that's when we do that move. If he's trying to stand up and go chest to chest, okay? All I'm going to do is feed him the arm, lock up my own arm right here, and as I'm throwing, I continue to guide him. I guide his whole body with this arm. This arm right here is going to push him. This arm is doing a lot of the work. I step here and I push him all the way across. Again, we're here, push, step, look the direction of the throw, roll him through for 4. Okay, we're back on. Here's the next one, guys. With 2-on-1, we're gonna start the same way again. No need to explain it for you guys. I'm sure you have it by now, but again, cross, we grab a cross, we peel, hit him in the armpit, pull everything together. Now, again, he's gonna be fighting here. He's gonna try to grab my elbow, right? And he's gonna try to pull it, which is perfect if you think about it. This next move, it's gonna be a lateral drop, okay, lat drop, okay? So when he pulls my elbow, it's the same way we transition, for the front headlock, where we let go of the wrist and we go across right here on this armpit. You guys remember front headlock? We came here and we did a front headlock, okay? This one is gonna be a little different. I actually prefer lat drop. You can do it a couple different ways, right? You can let this arm come out for an underhook and then just go. But what I like to do, and it works a lot better that way, is I prefer to pinch this arm with my stomach where it doesn't come on this side. So when we're doing it, I step in and I put my stomach in and I kind of block. You can see where I block his elbow right here on my stomach. You guys see that? And as I'm throwing, I keep leading it, and this arm can never slip. Makes it a lot harder for him to defend, and it makes the throw a lot more effective because he doesn't have a post, if that makes sense. So when I'm throwing him backwards, he doesn't have a post. He can't post on the mat. He's falling straight on his back. Okay? So again, the way we do that is he grabs my elbow, I step, and I want to go chest to chest, and I'm always pushing my hips in to pinch this elbow in, to lock his arm in. Okay? Once we step across, right here, I look always, again, in the direction of the throw. So when I'm going to throw, I turn my head, and I look that way. Okay? All the way around. Because your eyesight, guys, remember this, your eyesight, when you throw, your eyesight leads the direction of the body where you're going, okay? You can't look somewhere else and you can't look away and go that way. It's very difficult, okay? Your eyesight and your head direction guides your throws. Again, we're here, and I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Again, he pulls, okay? Pull. I step, pull my elbow. I step, load him up, and throw. Here it is. Once we throw, I don't let go of this and let him just go away. I can, and I'll still get my 4 points, right? But I don't want to do that. I want to maximize the situation and the position that we're in, and I want to get my pin. Okay, so once I throw him, I keep this and I pull it back, and this helps me get on top of him right here. Once I get here, again, I just do a regular hip toss, headlock kind of finish. Let me give you a little different angle. We're here, I peel, 2-on-1. I step, keep my pressure forward so I can lock his elbow in, right here, okay? Step, and throw. Guys got it? Make sure the key, real quick, the key notes again, key notes. The key things on this move. Number 1, as soon as I know that I'm gonna be throwing, I pull my hips in to pinch this elbow. Makes your life a lot easier. Number 2, I go underneath right here and I load him up on my hips. Number 3, I always look in the direction of the throw. And when you guys throw him, when you finish the throw, don't let him just get away. Maximize the situation, pull this arm, finish like a headlock or a hip toss, and get the pin. Alright guys, welcome back. And this is another variation of scoring when he has, from a 2-on-1 or Russian tie, when he has my elbow. I actually really love this one, and I use it all the time. I actually force myself to get to this position because the takedown is so simple and so easy. Here it is. 2-on-1 with peel, and as soon as we peel this, just remember this, guys. This move works best when his arm is folded. Actually, the only time that this move works is when this arm is folded. Now, he doesn't understand this, but by him grabbing my elbow and pulling me in, he's folding his arm, okay? So that's why it works so well here. Now, that's one way to do it, but another way, like I told you earlier, is I force myself to get to that position. So when I peel 2-on-1, I don't wait for him to pull me, I kind of just feed him that arm. Peel, and I come here. I fold that arm, okay? And I go right to the move. Here's how it works. If he grabs my elbow and pulls me in, all I do is I bend his arm, I feed it to his stomach again, to his belly, okay? And this arm, the top arm, finds the hole right here and threads the hole. You guys see this? Right here, between my arm and between his arm. Right here on top. I don't grab. A lot of people grab their arms, okay? A lot of people grab right here, but this is not as tight, and he can tell you, he can feel it. This doesn't do much. I mean, it's not tight at all, okay? When I put my hand in here and pull him, this makes it very tight. Notice my wrist is not like this. I pull the wrist up, which makes it tighter right here. I lift his arm up. And then this arm, when I put it in here, I rotate. So what happens is this bone grinds on his bone, and he feels a lot of pressure right here and a lot of pain, okay? So you guys, it may need for you to take some time to practice this and drill it and kind of play with it to get a good feel for it, to understand exactly what I'm talking about here. But once you get here and you grind a little bit, he can tell you it's pretty painful right here. And this is just me doing it, just showing you guys, not really doing the move yet. Now, once I get to that point, I thread the hole. I want to move my head on this side, okay? And don't worry about it. I don't have to squeeze. It doesn't have to be tight. It doesn't have to be anything. I'm not scared that he's going to grab my leg. Okay? Why? Let me show you the move and I'll explain why. Here it is. 2-on-1. He grabs my elbow. I go here. I turn. And I want to make sure that I'm squared up with him right here. Now when my head is here, all I do is take my whole body. I jump back and I snap. I snap completely down to the mat. Here. Okay? That's the move. Let me break it down for you. Again. Turn this way. We're here. We peel. Okay. Once I get to this point, I put my arm in the hole. I want to be able to square up with him. Why? Imagine you're doing the battle ropes, right? You're not going to do the battle ropes on the side. It's very difficult. You're strong when you're right in front of you, okay? So when you guys get to the 2-on-1, to the key, when you're snapping down, you want to be squared up with him. That's where you're the strongest. I take my whole body back and I snap completely down, okay? Snap. Now once I get to this point, the key is I don't let go of everything and go behind, because when I do that, he can stop me. Right here, he can reach up and stop me, okay? So what I do is I actually, once I snap down, I keep this in the mat. I never let go of this arm, of his arm. I keep it as a post. I post my whole weight on this arm, so he can't circle. This arm goes behind. Then I can let go. Here's what it looks like quick. Peel, get here, snap, go behind. Super simple, super effective. And that's actually one of the most popular ways that I score from 2-on-1. Because it's so loose, I don't have to squeeze. There can be a distance between us. All I do is simple, plain and simple. Fold his arm, thread the needle, turn my head, snap, keep his arm on the mat, go behind. Okay, we're on with 2-on-1 finishes from him grabbing my elbow. Here's the next one. Again, 2-on-1. We peel, grab everything tight, and he has my elbow again. Okay, what do? One of my favorite ways to finish here, guys, is actually to go far ankle pick. But there's a lot of details that goes into this that most people don't realize, okay? Sometimes people, and even me, I don't always do it the right way, and sometimes you get lucky and you finish, but the chances are that most time, if you guys don't focus on the detail and you make sure that you're not skipping any steps, a lot of times you're not going to be able to finish. So I'm here to talk about all the details that go into this, and I want to make sure that you guys understand them and follow them so you guys can perfect this finish. Here it is. 2-on-1, pull it back, he grabs my elbow. Okay, now, if I'm going after this leg right here, I want to make sure that that's the leading leg. Sometimes they make it easy on me and they try to square up and they lead with that leg. Perfect, my job is done here. All I do is just go straight ahead and I attack it, right? But if this leg is back, just like as always, I want to take an extra step, pull him in a circle, and make sure that he steps. Now, right when he steps, guys, here's what we do. I step on this foot, and I use it as a baby step kind of thing, okay? I step, and I go forward. Step, and when I go forward, this front leg right here, I'm going to place it right behind. But notice, if I step, this is where it gets, if I just step here, and I push him, it's very easy for him to lift this and step over, right? And I miss this leg a lot of times, and I can't trip him. What I want to do here is, when I step behind, I want to land just like this, where I'm on my heel and my toes are up. It's a lot harder. Now this made it 6 inches harder for him to step over, okay? It makes it a lot easier to finish there. You guys see how I do that? Once I get to this point, I'm going to lower my level. As I'm lowering my level, you guys can't see it right now, but this arm is putting all the pressure down. My job is, imagine this, my job is to connect this shoulder, this arm right here, to his ankle. So the pressure is going straight across his body, right here. You guys notice how I'm crunching him down? Okay, I'm not just slipping, I'm crunching his whole weight, his whole body down, and I'm trying to bring this far shoulder to his ankle. We're here, step behind, I grab it, and I push. When I'm pushing forward, this elbow is shoving him forward so I can take him over over his leg. Again, that's what it looks like a little bit quicker. Peel, pull. Get your 4 points. Let me show you a different angle real quick. Peel, tight, pull, baby step, step behind, grab, and this elbow right here pushes. Okay? Again, real quick, the things to remember, the key things that make this move work. Number one, guys, is I'm making sure that he's leading with the far leg. If he's leading, great. If he's not, I make him lead. I step, or I pull him back and make him step with that leg. Okay? Now, once he gets there, number two is I hop, and I step behind him with my toes up. I don't just plant my foot here because it's a lot easier for him to step over. Okay? I come right here. Number three, when I'm going down to grab that ankle, I crunch his body. Okay? I'm folding him this way. I want to make sure that the far shoulder goes down to his ankle. Again, right here. Boom. Everything goes down. And the last step, when I get the ankle, when I'm pushing him over, I do this with my elbow, by shoving my elbow forward and taking him to his back so I can get my 4 points every time. Alright guys, welcome back. We're doing another finish from 2-on-1 when he has my wrist. So we're going to be here, we're going to peel 2-on-1, he's going to have my wrist. Now this one is very simple, and I use it a lot because people don't expect it, and it's very easy to transition into my finishes from it. So once he has this, once he has my wrist, all I'm going to do is let go of his, and I'm going to take this arm down, stretch it down, and I use my knee to hit his arm to break the lock. So we're here, I let go, break the lock, and then I never go back to the wrist because this would put me back at step one, right? It's kind of counterproductive. So what I want to do is, once I beat that, I immediately transition into climbing up the arm, which is the very basic 2-on-1 go behind. So I'm going to come here, break it, and then I'm going to help myself with this arm. The elbow is going to push his arm forward. This one's going to go behind, and we're going to finish the way we did one of our very first finishes. Here, push forward, go up, roll up the arm again. We're going to roll up the arm so we don't slide below the elbow. We always want to be above the elbow. So once we're here, roll up, pull, and this one's going to go behind the waist right here, and we're going to take him down. Here's what it looks like a little bit quicker. We peel, he beats it, take him down to the mat. Let me show you a different angle again. We're here, we peel the arm 2-on-1. He has my wrist. I'm going to go down, I'm going to put my arm down, lift my knee, break it, go behind the elbow, and go all the way down. Just make sure, the important key here, detail, is once you beat the lock, once you free your arm, don't go back to step one. Go immediately above the elbow and go behind and get your takedown. Alright guys, next one is again when he has my wrist from 2-on-1, he's gonna grab my wrist, and how we're gonna use this to set up my high crotch on the opposite side. It works really well and it's awesome. Here's what it looks like. We peel 2-on-1 Russian, we hold it tight again, right? We get all the pressure on him, but somehow he gets to my wrist. And now I'm kind of neutralized here, okay? Here's how easy it is and how simple it is to transition to this. All I want is, I'm gonna end up with a high crotch on his right leg, okay? But before I get there, I wanna make sure that he steps heavy, that he leads with this leg and he steps forward with it, okay? So how do I make him step forward? All I do is pull back and he steps forward right there, okay? If he doesn't do it the first time, I keep pulling him until he does step with that leg. Once he steps here, I'm gonna let go of his wrist and I'm gonna test this. Notice how I test it. I pull a little bit, give it a little jerk. If he's still holding it, I know it's time to go. Okay, if he lets go of it, then I have my arm free and I continue just to a normal finish, right? But most people here are stubborn. They feel like they won the battle. They feel like they've won it and they won't let go of this, okay? Once I get to this point, all I'm gonna do is use this as a setup. And here's what it looks like. I take a baby step, I drop my level, I peel back and it looks like a rainbow right all the way behind me. Okay, I pull back and I get to a high crotch here. Now, when I get back here, let me show you what the move looks like fast and then I'm gonna break it down. Peel 2-on-1, we're here. I test if he has it. We finish our high crotch. Now, break it down a little bit. The important part is here. Again, like I said, we'll test this. If he has it, I take a baby step, I lower my level, I penetrate, and I do a rainbow kind of motion behind and get all the way back here. Now, a lot of guys, hold my wrist. A lot of guys are stubborn here and don't let go, and it's if you don't do this right, you're gonna get caught here and you won't be able to go, you won't be able to finish the shot. You're gonna get stuck. So you have to know how to beat this. And the way we do that is we go all the way back and we rotate our arm this way. Our shoulder's gonna go out and we're gonna rotate our arm right here. It's almost like you're wiping your butt, right? A lot of coaches teach it that way. We come here, we turn, shoulder forward, and now we're gonna take a big step here, and this arm is gonna go super deep right here, okay? And we're gonna finish the normal high crotch, which we push with our head, we stand up, we drive baby steps, finish to a double leg. Again, slow, we're here, pull, make sure he steps with that leg, let go, I test this. If I have it, lower my level, pull back, wipe, big step here, big step here. This arm goes really deep, push with my head, and I start driving across right here. Let me show you what it looks like on this side. Again, we're here, we peel, grabs my wrist, I test it, step, finish. Again, one more time, the key things to remember here. Again, we're gonna have to pay attention to the details. If you guys don't follow the steps, the little details in this move, it's not gonna work. Again, we're here, we pull, we have a 2-on-1, we pretend like we're really going behind, right? We're working for it. He has this, I let go, makes him feel like he won the battle, I test it, he has it super tight. All I'm gonna do is make him step forward, lower my level and step on this back leg, load up, wipe my butt, big step, super deep with this arm, pressure with my head, I'm gonna look that way, get up here, start driving. Baby steps. Make sure we finish the move. Alright guys, welcome back to the awesome 2-on-1 finishes. This one is super cool and it's super sneaky and it's very simple. The reason why it works so well is because they don't really expect it ever. And here's what it looks like, okay? So he posts here the 2-on-1. Again, we're gonna peel it the same way, go across, peel, pinch everything tight. This one's gonna go across, shoulder's gonna be down, everything's gonna be great, right? Now, it doesn't really matter what he does here. I mean, it doesn't really matter what he does. He can grab my elbow, he can grab my wrist, he can push my head, whatever. The only thing that I care about here is where this leg is placed, okay? And if this leg is a little bit further away from me, a little bit further than I really would like it to be, it's as simple as we've done on all the rest of the moves. All I have to do is take one step back and pull him a little bit. Right here, that's all I need, okay? Once I set him up, here's what I do. When I take a step back, I have to plant on this leg and make sure that all the weight is here so I can be able to lift this one and I can use it, okay? So when I pull, this is where I get. Notice this leg all the pressure, I'm gonna create a bridge between this leg and my shoulder on him right here. This leg is free to use. And what I'm gonna do with it is I'm gonna use it to hook on the outside right here. Notice, the only way to really effectively hook this leg, guys, is to go heel in first. Right here, and then when I pull it, I rotate with it. And notice my leg never steps on the mat, okay? This leg goes in, and I turn, and I hook it. Here's what it looks like. What makes this move work so well is me turning his body. I'm helping myself with this arm to continue his motion forward and turn his body from being sideways to a little bit going this way so I can go behind him. Okay, here it is. Step, hook, and now it's very easy for me. He doesn't have a post on this side, all I do is take him back down. Okay, one more time, give you a little bit of a different angle here. Again, with PL 2-on-1, we'll get to this point. I step, hook, continue his motion here forward, and I'm creating a bridge right here. Now all I do is take him sideways. And it's an easy takedown, okay? Again, the key notes that you want to take away with this move are how you put all the weight here and create a bridge between this leg and your shoulder on him, where this leg is free to be used. There's no pressure on my leg, on my front leg, right here. This leg is free, right here. Now I use it the way I hook. This is another key. The way I hook it is I go with the heel first and I pull. Once I pull in, I have to be able to rotate this way and I continue to hold his leg. Again. Notice how he loses balance right here, okay? But in order for you to be able to transition that way, you need to really practice the way you hook and turn, okay? So, one more time real quick. Peel, pull. Once he steps, I step here, hook, turn, take him down. Notice I never, once I hook with this leg, it never touches the mat until I take him down. Alright guys, welcome back to the 2-on-1s. This is one of my favorite finishes, so I want to make sure that you guys are paying attention. I literally use this finish probably 90% of the times, okay? It works from so many different ways. It works regardless of what he does, really. Okay, and it's very little known, and the reason why more people don't use this move, guys, is because there's a ton of detail in it, and a lot of people get it wrong, and they try it 5 times and it doesn't work for them and they stop trying it, okay? But if you perfect this move, I guarantee you, you're gonna be the best guy in your area with 2-on-1s, just by learning this one move, okay? And here's what it is. We PL 2-on-1, and I'm gonna explain to you all the ways that you can do it, okay? 1, if he puts pressure on my head and stiff arms me right here and creates distance, I can do it then, okay? 2, if he pulls this top arm, which a lot of coaches teach that way, which is good defense, right? It's very good defense. If you guys beat the top arm, there's not very many things I can do besides this move I'm about to teach you, okay? 3, if they grab my wrist, still works, okay? So, doesn't really matter what he does. If he's standing up tall, still works. If he's bending down really low, still works, okay? Here's what it is. We peel, and as soon as whatever he does, doesn't really matter, I help myself with this knee and this arm. The way I do it is I create a bridge between this leg and him. There's no other point that's touching the mat besides my left leg at this point, and him, and all my weight is on him, right here. Stay tough. Right here, this is it. Now, the way I secure this arm, his arm, my goal here is not to let his arm come back in. That's the only way he can stop this move, okay? But before he even attempts to do that, I beat it with my knee, right here. Once I secure it, my job on this knee is to be turning this way on the outside, and that knee is leading the way, okay? And this arm is blocking everything in right here, it's pinching it. Not too high, just right here. Got it? Now, from here, all I do is I continue to move, slide forward. And I don't just slide sideways, I slide forward. My goal is to get this arm and extend it, literally not just straight forward, but around. Extend it this way, right here, where all the pressure is going to be on his shoulder. That's why this works so well. Here it is. Now I touch the mat just enough for enough time to move my foot, and I'm back off of it. And I keep stretching. I keep walking forward. There is so much pressure on his arm that he can't hold that, okay? He can't hold it for very long. Again, we're here. Go back a little bit. There. Peel, move, 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 move. Once we get to this point, very important the way you do it. If I just let go of everything and try to go behind, he's gonna beat me. He's way faster here, every time, okay? The way I do it is I slide this off my leg and I put all my weight on it, okay? And I use this right here to help myself to push myself off of my butt and to go behind, right here. Okay, again, we're here, all the weight, slide off me, push behind. That simple. One more time, here's what it looks like. We peel, secure it, create the bridge. There's a gap right here, you feel this? And keep moving forward. Slide off of me, go behind. It works super, super well. But you guys need to take the time to perfect it. There's so much detail on this, okay? The things to focus on, again, are where you place the knee. It's not gonna be here, it's gonna be all the way here. I'm not gonna step too close, I have to step a little bit wide, okay? That way I can put all the weight on him, all the weights right here, okay? I step on the mat just enough to move this leg and then it's back off the mat. And I'm pulling him away and going forward, 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 okay? Once we get to the mat, slide him off me, all the weight on his wrist, go behind. You guys need to take the time to learn this because it works so well. And if you're watching this DVD and this is the only move that you learn, worth it. Alright guys, super exciting. You just watched the ultimate finish, hopefully. This is the ultimate finish, literally. It's the best move from 2-on-1 that I can teach you today. But there's something that they can do to try to counter that move, and I want to show you how we counter that, right? There's always a counter to the counter. So here's what it's going to look like. I peel 2-on-1, I get to this point, I do my move, but a lot of guys, a lot of guys will, when I come here, I've gone to the point where I know exactly where I need to place this, and I'm very good about it, where it's like just above the knee, okay? But if you go a little bit higher, or he's, you know, hungry for that leg and he just wants to grab it, a lot of guys wrap around right here, okay? Not to worry. All I'm going to do here is just take him down to the mat. He doesn't have a post, he's holding my leg, really awkward. All I'm going to do is just take him down to the mat right here. Just push and take him down. But once we get to this point, for those of you that do know what the Peterson is, I'm perfectly set up for that, right? He has my leg here. He can grab my arm right here and just go for the Peterson, which is, go ahead and show them right here. Right. Not fun. We don't want to get caught in that. Lucky for you, you're watching this DVD, you're watching this technique, and you're going to know exactly what to do. Here it is. Once I get to this point, the first thing that I do here is this leg right here lifts. Lifts just like this, okay? Now that traps his arm, whether you guys know it or not. Once you start playing with this and once you start trying to learn it, you're going to see that once you lift this arm is trapped. It's very difficult for this bottom guy to pull his arm out, okay? Then, next thing what I do is this arm goes under and grabs his wrist right here. I want to control his wrist, just like right here, okay? Now, I post on the mat. What makes this move work and the difference between him rolling me in the Peterson and me pinning him right now is how you rotate your hips and where you apply pressure. And here it is. If I keep my hips turned this way towards you guys, it's easy for me to go to my back once he starts rolling, right? But as soon as I pinch this arm and grab this, I rotate my hips and I turn them this way. All the way where I'm facing his back, where I'm facing towards him, okay? And here's what it looks like. I post, I turn, notice, I step down on this knee and my right leg comes off the mat with his arm. You guys see where we're at? Now, once we get to this point, I keep sliding forward and applying pressure on his shoulder right here. And he's stuck. And we get an awesome pin there, okay? That's the counter move to the ultimate finish from 2-on-1. It's the counter for Peterson. If you guys ever get stuck in a Peterson, now you know how to beat that as well. It works super, super well. One more time. We peel the 2-on-1, we go for the ultimate finish, right? And he grabs the leg. That's okay. I pull my arm out, take him down, immediately pinch his arm, grab the far wrist, I put my weight on this knee, turn towards him, and I start sliding away from him, right here. Slide, 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 slide. And we get a pin. Let me do it on the other side. So you guys can see exactly how I'm trapping the arm so he can't roll through and I get the pin every time. Again, we're here, go for the ultimate finish, grabs my leg, start going, grabs my leg, take him down. Once I start going here, go, go, go. Notice how I have this arm. I don't let go of this arm so he can't go through. If this isn't a pin, guys, I don't know what is, okay? He's not going anywhere here. So, the important key notes to this move are, as soon as you guys go down to the mat, immediately turn your hips so you don't go for Peterson, so you don't get put to your back, okay? 2, you want to make sure that you lock his arm automatically by lifting this leg right here, okay? That traps his arm, he can't pull it out. 3, you want to make sure you grab the far wrist and hold that. And 4, you want to slide low to the mat, and your goal is to turn him over his head. If his head is down in the mat, you want to turn his whole body and his shoulders over his head. It can be painful, but that's kind of the name of the game, right? Make sure you're applying pressure the right way and get after that pin.